Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Alinga Sise and this is Alinga Sise Lifestyle. It's a rainy day and now I wanted us to go inside the farm and check on our birds. It has been long I've not made any video to update you about the birds, but the birds are left with just a few days to make it to 12 weeks and they are still doing perfectly well. And this time we are going to now feed the birds, and we've changed the system. We are no longer coming inside with the feeds like in the beginning, like the first 10 minutes or 20 minutes. We first use our windows to feed the birds, simply because we want to decongest the door here, because if you bring the feeds and you come through the door, you find birds piled up here and you can easily step on the birds, and that is not what we want. Currently the birds are 672, but in the beginning we had 714 baby chicks, of which we lost quite a number. I think we lost like 42 bird chicks. Okay, I can say chicks because most of them died when they were still in the brooder, and then also after the vaccination for fall typhoid I also lost 3 birds. So like, that is poultry farming for you. The number that you want is not the exact number that you're supposed to bring. If you want like 700 birds, you should bring at least 750 or 760 chicks. That is when you survive with the 700 birds. But anyway, there are also cases where some farmers raise birds from day one and they do not get any mortality, but that is very rare and really very rare, at least in a farm like this, in a deep litter system like this, because me, I haven't yet tried the cage system, but with the deep litter system, for the 7 years that I have done it, at least I know that something can happen. Any accident can happen in the farm and you end up losing a bird. So I wanted to let you know that the birds are performing well. We have done most of the vaccination already. We are now left with only fall typhoid, the second one, the fall typhoid booster, which is supposed to be at 14 weeks, but I'm still so hesitant about doing it. And then also, we are, so far no sickness and disease has attacked the bird so far. Only that some weeks ago I had issues because the feeds was contaminated a bit. I overmixed a lot of feeds and it took so long, and since the weather is cold, the feed started cooking and it was smelling and the bird started sneezing, okay? But that I do not call it an outbreak because that was due to, I can say, mistake that was made by me, the owner of the farm. But otherwise, the project is still doing well. And then you can see the feathers on the floor, a lot of feathers on the floor. At this time, when the birds are transforming from chicks to maturity, they shed off lots of feathers, okay? And that is very normal, but in some cases it is not normal, especially when the birds are not at this stage, and maybe when they are laying and you see your birds shedding off a lot of feathers. Guys, the rain is a lot. So it has now stopped raining, and I remember I was telling you about the feathers which is covering the floor. Now when these birds are growing from 8 weeks, between 8 to 12 weeks, they shed off a lot of feathers. That is the period when the new feathers are coming for like maturity. So that's why you see my floor is filled up with feathers. Actually, I've also been sweeping it a lot. So in this case, you have to keep sweeping it almost weekly to at least stop it from filling up the whole litter, because when time comes and we are removing the manure, most farmers do not like it when it has the feathers. So I've been sweeping it, but you can still see we still have a lot, and they're still shedding off feathers every day. But also shedding of feathers do not only come with time when birds are maturing. Also sometimes other factors lead to birds shedding off feathers. First and foremost, it is the stress. When the birds are stressed, they're overcrowded, the chicken house is small, they will also shed off a lot of feathers. Even when birds are sick, they will also shed off feathers. When the weather change, also birds shed off feathers. So not only this time, the safest shedding of feathers is when they are growing up into mature hens to start laying eggs. But when that stage passes and you see your birds shedding off feathers, you have to start being worried and find out what is making the birds to shed off the feathers. Even also when the birds are still in the brooder and you see them shedding off lots of feathers, that is also a big problem. Now currently I'm giving them herbs, and I'm giving them basically a combination for a chronic respiratory disease, which is a ginger, garlic, chili peppers, and turmeric. And I'm giving them for 5 consecutive days. But debeaking is soon. I'm going to debeak them when they make 12 weeks. I told you just a few days to 12 weeks. And then laying boxes is underway. I'm soon starting to plan to make the laying boxes. But you can see, I made for them also the patches at least. So the birds are doing perfectly well. But with this project, you have, first of all, to be patient, because you will not just bring the birds today and tomorrow you will get the money that most farmers talk about. You have to work hard, okay, to make sure that at least you protect your birds from getting these chicken diseases. Because when they get the chicken diseases, trust me, they will also not perform well. So that is what I am doing here, working so hard to make sure that I avoid diseases from attacking my birds, and I'm doing that majorly through the herbal remedies that I'm giving to these birds. And then also biosecurity is very, very important. And then inside this farm, it's only me and my colleague that we work with here who enter inside this chicken house. So we do not allow our people to come inside here, except maybe the builder, like I had a builder who was helping me construct these stands for putting the drinkers. For putting the drinkers, you can see. Okay, so also you can allow that person, but under tight biosecurity measures. So that is one way that we are going to at least protect our birds from getting the chicken diseases. Because through the chicken diseases, trust me, you can hate the project. Okay, because the stage that they have reached now, when we are expecting them to start laying soon, they have started making the sound for the laying hens. The combs have started coming up. In this case, we do not want anything to happen to them. I wanted to show you the things that the water that we are going to give them right now. Let me just get out. So here is where someone first disinfects their feet before getting inside. So let us first close it. This is what I'm going to mix with that drinking water. This is a combination of ginger, garlic, turmeric, and chili peppers. And this helps in so many chicken diseases, even including the chronic respiratory disease. Okay, basically all the respiratory diseases, all the chicken diseases, you can continuously give them this. Trust me, your birds are not going to get this chicken diseases. So we are going to mix it in the drinking water. And then also, after blending it, I normally sieve it, and all this that remains, I do not throw it away. We are going to also put it in their feeds, and they will eat it all. They're already used to eating it, so never throw away this. You can either mix it with the feeds, or you dry it, grind it during the time for mixing the chicken feeds, like the general mixing. You can just also mix it there, but right now we're not going to dry it. We're just going to put it inside the feeders and they'll feed on it. So that is the drinking water that we are giving to the birds currently. So those are some of the few tips or updates that I wanted to give you about our birds. But please kindly let us push this channel to reach 1K subscribers. Let us like the videos. Let us drop a comment in the comment section, and I'll be so grateful. So for today, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for all your wonderful love and support. But if you're still new, please kindly consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. See you next time. I love you all. Bye bye. Kanya kemana? Macam